Hello and welcome to my Pentamelding guide for patch 6.4. We're going to talk about a few things, first being what Pentamelding is, why it's useful, and how to do it. So first and foremost, you're going to make your way over to Central Thanlin, and this is the map where you can unlock Overmelding. There's an NPC here named Mutamix Bubbly Pots, and he's going to give you a quest called Melding Materia Muchly. It's pretty straightforward, and I don't even think you have to leave the confines of this area, and you just follow the prompts and then the quest unlocks. It's worth noting though, that in order to pentameld, you do actually need to have at least one crafter at level 90. If you don't have that, you can have a friend meld for you if they have a crafter at level 90. Now, melding in general in this game is pretty simple. Every piece of gear will have either 2 or 1 slot to slot a materia inside of it. In the case of crafted gear, your weapon and your left side pieces will have 2 materia slots available. Your right side gear will have 1 slot available. If you attempt to put a materia in any of these slots, there will be a 100% chance success rate that it'll work. Pentamelding is simply putting more materia than what's visible in the materia slots. With crafted gear, you can get up to 5 materia in each slot. Now, it's worth noting that if you have gear from a raid, like the last raids here, every single piece of gear can only have 2 materia and cannot be overmelded because it's not crafted anymore. The point of using pentamelded crafter gear is to give players an edge when a new raid tier comes out. 6.4 just came out, and I could just slot in materia in each slot. But because Savage is right around the corner, we want to give ourselves every advantage possible when pushing for hardcore raiding, and that's where pentamelding comes in. Okay, so let's start melding. Let's assume you yourself don't have a level 90 crafter. What you can do is have a friend do it for you. Right-click their name and press Request Meld. If you're wearing your gear, like I am, you hit this drop-down tab and hit Equipped. At this point, you select the item you want to meld, and then choose your materia that's in your inventory. This screen will then pop up. Since it's a 100% chance that it'll succeed, you'll see the success rate here. If you want to tip your friend, you can give them gil here. Once you submit the request, the friend of yours will get a prompt on their screen of your requested meld. Once they've done it, you'll have to do this every single time. It can be a little bit tedious, and you'll have to have a friend with some patience to do this for you, but if you aren't overmelding, this is a relatively quick process. Next, we'll go over how to overmeld with your friend's assistance, and what that prompt will look like. Alright, so at this point, our helmet already has 2 materias on it, and there's no visible slots. If we click it, and try to apply another meld onto it, you'll see a different prompt this time, with a 17% success rate. Once there is a success rate below 100%, you'll see a new option here that says Request Advanced Materia Melding in Bulk. What this means is if I don't check this box and I hit Submit Request, and it fails, it will only eat the 1 materia. If I check this box, and then press this Submit Request button, the character will continue to attempt until it works, using up all the materia in my inventory. Once that's done, you'll get a message in chat that shows you how many broke with your attempts. In this case, I broke 7, but we were successful with our overmeld. Let's go ahead and finish this one piece of gear. We're going to put 5 melds onto it, and I'm going to show you how it changes the further you go. The next time we go with a meld, we are down to 10% success rate. We click the box again and hit Submit Requests and see the damages. This time, we lost 4 materia, a pretty good roll. We'll go with one more and see how many we lose on the final one. 7% success rate this time. Let's give it a go. And just like that, Our piece is now pentamelded. We only lost 5 this time. That's also not too bad. Next, we're going to get started on overmelding one of our rings. There's an important distinction between overmelding the left side of your gear and the right side of your gear. As you may have noticed earlier, the left side of your gear plus your weapon comes with 2 free materia slots, whereas the right side only has 1. The reason why this matters is that you have a 100% success rate to meld twice on your left side, but on the right side, you have to gamble 4 times instead of 3. And what that means is that the probability will go down even further on your final overmeld. The final values are as follows. For the left side, you'll have 100% on the first 2 melds, followed by 17%, 10%, and finally 7%. On the right side, it'll be even worse. The first meld being 100%, the second being 17%, the third being 10%, the fourth being 7%, and the final being 5%. Ignoring the helmet and ignoring one of these rings, the other pieces of gear is what it should look like if you're doing a budget form of overmelding. Like I said, this is a pretty strong method to save some money, but you'll be missing a little bit of the stats because of the 12s you'll be missing. But the brunt of the stats is now in your gear at this point for melding. If you don't have the gil to do the full pentameld, don't feel guilty or bad if this is all you can muster. Remember, if you have only enough gil to do standard melds, then do that. Doing a full pentamelded set of gear is only recommended if you're pushing hardcore with week 1 or week 2 type stuff. If you're not going that hard, honestly, I would save yourself the gil and the effort of doing all of this. Thank you for watching my melding and overmelding guide. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to let me know in the comments. Best of luck in your travels, and good luck with the Savage tier. Later.